So if you've been struggling to save money as a student or on a low income and the idea of saving your first $1,000 seems totally out of reach, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kenzie. If you don't know me, I'm 23 years old and I'm from Alberta, Canada. I think we hear a lot in the personal finance space about how reaching your first $100,000 is a huge milestone, but I think that can seem really far away and out of reach for a lot of people. So I think having $1,000 as your first initial savings goal is a really great baby step. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a super realistic step-by-step guide on how you can save your first $1,000 without giving up everything fun, without working 24/7, and without needing some massive income boost. So these are some sustainable mindset shifting tips that actually work. So grab a beverage, get comfy, grab a snack, and let's break this down together. $1,000 may sound huge when you say it out loud, especially if you're on a student or lower income. When you break it down into smaller chunks, it becomes way more doable. So I want you to start off by trying to aim for $20 to $25 a week. That's like cutting out one takeout meal or selling a few things that you don't use anymore. And then over a course of a few months, it adds up a lot faster than you might think. Now you can even make this visual, so creating a simple savings tracker in a journal, on your phone, on your fridge. So every time you save, let's say $50, you color in a little box. So then this turns the process into a little ritual and makes the progress more satisfying. And it's using positive reinforcement, which means you're more likely to continue to engage in the saving behavior. Now, saving is so much easier when you're emotionally connected to the goal. So I want you to ask yourself, why do you want this $1,000? Is it for peace of mind, an emergency fund, to not feel anxious when your vehicle needs a repair, or to start funding a bigger dream, like maybe a vehicle, a trip, a home? When you actually know your why, it makes it so much easier to actually say no to impulse spending. That $30 Amazon order suddenly won't feel as worth it to delay your savings goal by another week. So having this purpose gives your money direction, and that's what's going to keep you motivated. So every time you want to buy something, you can think about that actual goal, that why, that reasoning behind why you want to save this much money, and you're more likely to stick to your savings goal. Now, I'm not saying you have to cut out everything, but just be selective. So a lot of people think saving money means cutting everything out. So no coffee, no fun, no life, but it's not sustainable, and honestly, it's not even necessary. Instead, I want you to choose to cut out the things that don't bring you joy. So you don't need to deprive yourself of the little things that bring you those small pockets of joy or keep you grounded. So if that's your $5 latte, by all means, have your $5 latte. Or if you like to take dance classes, that's something that probably fulfills you. You don't need to cut that out. Cut out all the stuff that does not fulfill you, does not bring you joy, so you're able to not cut out the things you do value on your savings journey. Just start noticing the little things that you don't miss. So that could be random impulse buys, late night food delivery, and then keep the things that make life feel rich. So cut out all things that are just filling unnecessary space, adding clutter, whether that's physical clutter or mental clutter. So here's a cozy little trick that works surprisingly well, and that's to romanticize budgeting. So I want you to make it a whole vibe. You could add it in your calendar weekly, bi-weekly, however often you'd like. You could light a candle, put on some music that you like, grab your planner, get a fun drink. You could do this on a Sunday evening and have it be a part of your Sunday evening reset, or call it a money check-in. Then you can track your progress, celebrate your small wins, and just sit with the intention of taking care of your future self. Everything really starts to shift when saving feels like an act of self-love and pampering rather than punishment. You'll stop dreading it and actually start to really appreciate the clarity it brings. Now, you don't need a second job or a super successful side hustle, but you can still bring in small bursts of cash here and there. So think of things like selling clothes you don't use anymore, offering a service like tutoring, or hosting a little bake stand. Even something like babysitting once a month or dog sitting can help get you there quicker. And then all that extra income that you do bring in, I want you to funnel it directly into your savings goal. And that'll really speed up that savings rate, and you'll honestly be shocked how quickly it starts to add up. Now, this next tip is don't wait until you hit $1,000 to feel proud. Celebrate every single little step along the way. When you hit $250, do something small to acknowledge it. When you pass $500, maybe give yourself a self-care night or a solo date day. When you get to $750, make your favorite meal for dinner. And throughout the process, remind yourself that you are getting closer towards your goal, and that's due to your hard work. Celebrating progress will make you feel like you're winning, and that energy is what will carry you all the way throughout this goal. So that's how you can save your first $1,000, even if you're a student, on a tight budget, or just getting started with managing your money. Start small, give your money a purpose, romanticize the process, and celebrate along the way. And remember, it's not about perfection, but rather consistency. If you're on your own savings journey, let me know in the comments. And if you are saving $1,000, let me know what your first $1,000 will go towards. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please subscribe. I'm a psychology undergraduate and I post realistic and cozy lifestyle and wellness content, and I'd love to have you here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.